Oddly enough, this is the nation's music station, MuchMusic, and you guys have been here before. You've been here before. You've been here before.
Steve, you've been here since this building was put up. You are Mr. Canadian rock and roll.
So you know, in fact, that no one knows that we're here. The guy who owns the place doesn't know that we're here. We just stole the keys and we do what the heck we want.
Oh, you're doing a pretty good job.
Fire.
Now, let me ask you something.
Yes, I knew this would turn around immediately.
Let me ask you something. You're always so nice to us when we're here, and you've always, you're like this rock and roller. But the fact of the matter is that outside of whenever we're invited to the studio, we rarely get played here. Isn't that the truth, Canada? That's the truth. Isn't that the truth? Now, we're real happy to be here, and it's always an honor to get a chance to come into everybody's home through the television. But the truth is, you guys don't play much of us.
Now, what is the problem? Hello? What is the problem here? I want an answer. As a matter of fact, we're not going to say anything, and I don't want to go to black or anything. We're just going to sit here and wait until someone from the programming department upstairs comes down to address this issue.
It's kind of like you invite somebody to dinner once a year, and then the rest of the time you badmouth them.
I know what you mean.
Maybe we need to come more often. This way you'll play us.
Or
not at all. Or not at all. But we're,
That's terrible.
I mean, we're glad to be here. It's just so strange because whenever we're not here, people always say, Much doesn't play a hell of a lot of you guys.
How much do you guys get to talk with folks across Canada?
We get a chance quite often because, part of the reason we're around this long is because it's important to us what those people out there think.
Tell them about those fans.
We just want to say that if there are any broken windows, that's on you guys. But you can tell obviously that I didn't know that they were going to be here, but you can tell they're real supportive.
Sure are.
And they are MuchMusic listeners,
viewers,
watchers, and viewers.
Yeah.
So it's
a lot of them just do listen to us off in the corner. They don't watch us. They just
windows.
Except until of course they hear a Kiss video, then they run in and they watch.
That's right. I understand we just went gold in this country, did we?
Is that in fact true?
That's what
that is what I hear.
Well, okay. These guys know already. So you guys want to watch the back of their heads, right? Okay. So how is it that you guys have survived? This is like how many years now? 20?
20.
We lose track. Everybody counts different ways. We start counting when the first record came out. Some bands start counting when they're...
When do you guys start counting?
How do you start counting?
I started 9 years ago counting.
9 years?
Yeah.
It's like just about 20 years now. And I really, no bull. The reason why we're still around is because this matters to us and it matters to the people. And we spend a lot of time, like what we're doing right now is we're doing 40 cities in 30 days, running around America and Canada, basically just shaking hands and saying hi to our fans, because they're the ones who make all this possible.
Can I ask you, this is not too far off track. Artists like yourselves, there are tribute bands left, right, and center in every city. And I don't know what the latest tribute band to do Kiss, whatever they're called, might be. But what if they walk out and they do a tribute to you during the makeup years?
It's great.
That's okay? You don't think you're being dated?
We have, up here we have Alive, which is a great tribute band. And they're all over the world, really. And it's...
Some of them, in fact, tour around the world. Some of them do Japanese tours. We're fine with it. Everybody knows that at any point we can decide to pull the plug, but because they're the fans, because fans really do it from their heart and not really as a business venture, then it's okay. But as soon as it turns into a business venture, we reserve the right to say stop, cease and desist. But obviously we're honored, flattered as all hell to do it. It's either that or Loverboy tributes,
Actually, Ian and Sylvia and Gordon Lightfoot are doing a show in makeup. They're
there you go.
Get out.
Get out now.
Get out now.
Get out.
The last time you guys had a live album out was
1975.
No, 78.
78.
78.
Who's counting?
78. Well, let's say a lot of years ago. So you guys were putting out albums left, right, and center. So live albums made sense because they would, I guess, chronicle from the last live album to when you recorded the next live album. So now we're talking a lot of years and a lot of recordings. So what does this album contain?
We are so proud of the present lineup of the band, and we've been through a lot of hell. Some good times and an awful lot of bad times. About 1.5 years, 2 years ago, we lost our drummer Eric Carr to cancer, and that put us through an awful lot of just, soul searching about what's right and what's wrong with the world. And anyway, we decided to move on, and the present lineup with Eric Singer on drums and Bruce Kulick, who's been with us 9 years, who's still considered the new guy. Unfairly so, I think, we're just so jazzed and proud about the whole thing that's really the main motivation for putting out Alive 3. Because when we play the old stuff, Strutter and Deuce and all the old stuff, that the first band played way back in the beginning. We think this band presently outshines the old band 10-1 easily. They're better musicians, and everybody's there.
You a Kiss fan?
And we like each other.
Am I a Kiss fan?
Obviously now.
Or was I?
Yeah, was you?
Yeah, of
was
course.
You? Were you?
Yeah.
Eric actually snuck into a show. You still owe us $5.50.
He got thrown out of a show.
No, I got thrown out, Gene. I didn't sneak in. I
You
don't
didn't
know.
sneak in?
No.
You paid?
Hey, you owe me money. I got kicked out.
The truth is, when we did Alive 3, you know, the last 15 years, people have been saying, oh, when's Alive 3 coming? Because the first two came 3 albums apart.
Right, yeah, it was on this.
But really, I mean, it would have been very easy to put out Kiss Alive 3, Kiss Alive 4, Kiss Alive 5. But the truth is, people would buy it purely because it was following in that progression. But I think we would have been unfair to our fans because I don't think those albums would have lived up to the first two. When we did Kiss Alive 3, it was because we felt that we could really match what we had done before. It wouldn't be a poor sequel, and we would do justice to our history, which is really what this is about.
So this is done over what period of time? Live 3 is done over. I'm not talking about musically. I'm talking about
Over a period of three nights, but you know the mixing process took forever. But over a period of 3 nights in
during
Cleveland,
one tour.
during the last tour, it was sometime in December in Cleveland, Indianapolis, and Detroit.
Those are rock and roll cities. Isn't that odd?
That's funny, but we had fans from Toronto coming to Detroit for the show because they wanted to be part of the Kiss Alive 3, and we had a bunch of people coming down from up here, and we salute you.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing that we're jazzed about is we actually filmed some of those shows for inclusion in a forthcoming long-form video called Kiss Confidential, which is coming out mid-July, and confidential is spelled with a K. And some of the shows, see, I'll raise my head, you can see my eyes. See, there they are. Eyes. And actually, why don't you tell us about Kiss Confidential?
Wait, ready?
Wind me up. Turn me on. Okay, well, Kiss Confidential, when does it come out? The end of this month? No?
Yeah.
Actually, the 22nd of July.
Okay, there's our confirmation date. And it has a lot of really neat stuff, and it has, I think, 12 live tracks from the Revenge Tour, which coincide with Kiss Alive 3. And then it also has some vintage makeup clips that have, there's 4 of them, I've been informed. And it has a lot of really great, real candid, loose, kind of off, I don't want to say off color, but
That too.
that too.
Probably, yeah.
There's some of that, and there's some.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the
Interview
off-color?
footage?
Well, there's some great interview footage. There's some great, like, real candid stuff where we had cameras and filmed things, you know. It's not-
Strippers.
That's Gene's department.
We had strippers.
Exotic dancers.
We did Take It Off, which
Exotic dancers.
actually when we did the last tour of Canada and we saw some of the rather talented dancers up here, we figured if we needed any reason to go into the clubs, we need a new song. So we wrote Take It Off. And on the tour, we would have strippers from each city come up on stage and help celebrate with us. So they are in the documentary, and they are also seen backstage, much closer than you could see them from the audience. And there
In the
was also-
audition process, where they have
Right.
to audition.
And there was also a woman or a girl named the Crusher. And Crusher would take a beer can between her mammaries. Because we're on
If memory serves you
television.
correct.
Yes. Put it between, crush it, and then turn it the other way and crush it. And don't try that at home, though, but it's something to see.
Nearly as good as the music, really.
Nearly as good as the music.
It's a great
There's some great
package.
performances.
Don't give it all away. They won't want to have to
You
get it
two
out.
look alike.
Yeah,
You really do, like brother
Yeah.
and sister.
Well, don't hold it against me.
You know, the other
And we
thing
have the
we
same legs, don't we?
Yeah.
The other
That should
thing
be,
we
that
got to
should be
say
illegal on television. I'm telling you.
The other thing we got to say is that we're so proud of what this whole thing has become. I mean, this started off really just with 4 bums walking on the streets of New York who wanted to be in a rock and roll band, and we didn't have any clue it would actually wind up lasting this long or being this good. And before we start the next studio record, we decided to go cross country, Canada as well, and just say hi to our fans face to face, and have them, how you doing? And make sure that the fans get a first look at Kiss Confidential, the video, before MuchMusic, MTV, or anybody else gets a chance to look at it.
That's
just for the
very
fans.
thoughtful. You, so you're going to be doing other radio across Canada, or are you doing television?
We're doing some radio. Primarily what we've been doing, radio is really fun, and this is really fun, all due respect, but really what it comes down to is meeting the fans.
Right.
What we've been trying to do, literally, is sign about 1,500 autographs a day. And it's a way of us getting that much closer to our fans. I mean, if you lived in Los Angeles, you could see us on the street or in the market, but here's your chance.
Okay. So we're going to see a video, something from, not now obviously, but something from Confidential later that we'll be able to air. You
In
figure?
fact, no, the I Love It Loud video, if that's what you're going to show.
Is that what we're going to show?
This I Love It Loud version is really just the one that MuchMusic has. The live video that's in Kiss Confidential is actually a different version. But this is, in essence, what happened.
This gives you a feel for the whole video, for the live experience that is Kiss Confidential.
Without the girls.
Gentlemen, we're going to have to go away. Thanks so much again. You guys say goodbye. We'll see you next year. Nice seeing you. And here's that video thing that we do on MuchMusic. Here's Kiss.